I investigated the poorest region of America. I'm low-key hyped for this. Just because, like, you're not gonna really have... Like, you could have imports, but, like, what are you gonna do? Like, swamp region, maybe?
This is West Virginia.
Okay, West Virginia. That's not really the South, though.
What's wrong? Got all this for you. Those coloring books.
Why have I seen that guy before? Oh, that's the incest family. That's the incest... They're, like, famous. Their whole family's, like, still... Yeah, we've seen them somewhere. When have I seen them? What other video did we watch?
People out here smashing horses.
West Virginia, man, that's the kind of place where, you know, you might...
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Go over to a girl's place, start hooking up with her, and next thing you know, y'all live in this, you know what I'm saying? It's your house, actually, you at.
Nah. Dude, there's no way incest is that common in West Virginia.
I've even heard mother and son.
Mother and son?
Mm-hmm.
Mother and son. Ooh. Ooh.
Poor. Yeah. It's, as a person of color, you know, I go to some of these places and people just look at me like I'm like a lion.
Fat women down here think they're hot.
I like the small girls, little girls. You know, not young girls, but little girls.
Known for its many negative stereotypes, ranking #1 in depression,
yeah, that guy's
#2
famous.
in poverty, and #4 in drug addiction. I'm gonna visit the poorest towns in this dead state, once fueled by its booming coal mine industry, starting in the third poorest town, Martinsburg, and ending in odd West Virginia, home of the Whitakers, the most inbred family in America. Timmy? Hey, how you doing, Timmy? Alright, we made it to West Virginia. We're right in front of Sheets. What's the biggest thing to do for fun out here?
Just go to sleep and
Go to Walmart, sit in the parking lot, maybe go through the aisles.
then go back to work.
I think we all are just really bored and really poor, so the only thing to do is work and get high.
Is it tough to get a job out here?
Sometimes can be. It seems like it comes in patches.
Is it true that incest is the thing out here?
Can be.
Yeah?
It can be. I got brothers.
Really?
You know, you grow
Cousin brothers? What does that even mean?
up, it's like, well, that's your uncle. It is not your uncle. That's your brother.
People still smashing their cousins?
That's not your uncle, that's your brother? Oh shit, he'd be your uncle and your brother.
Probably. People out here smashing horses.
Smash the horses?
How you can't uncle wait, how would that work? How would that work? Let's think about this. How would somebody, your uncle would be a parent sibling. How would you have an uncle that's also a brother? That's not possible. Mother and brother. Yeah, but mother and brother, that'd just be your dad uncle, not brother uncle. Mr. Hands? That's somebody that fucked a horse. That's bestiality. What are you talking about? Mr. Hands.
Did that change your opinion of him?
Not at all. I don't judge. Just leave me alone.
Brother and aunt? Oh, yeah. Your brother, parent's aunt, or parent's woman sibling. Now he's your brother, your father, and your uncle. Wow. Wait, no. Wait, no. Can you be, then you would just be their kid. No. That's not, it's not possible to be an uncle.
No animals.
Father. No. Yeah. No. It'd be like if you did it with a parent's sibling, their kid. No, you can't. I'm not getting it. I need somebody to map it out.
How do you like West Virginia?
I didn't like it in the beginning.
No?
It was boring.
Somebody said Google it. What am I gonna Google, buddy? How to be a brother and an uncle at the same time.
Then you find the beauty of it.
I've heard that meth is big out here. Is that real?
Yeah, like when the whole heroin thing, Huntington, West Virginia was #1, and Martinsburg jumped from #2 to #3, sadly.
Okay.
With overdoses.
Just 4 hours, 26 people had overdosed on a batch of fentanyl-laced heroin.
Because, hey, have you heard the radio? We've got 24 people and counting that have overdosed.
3 overdoses right here.
It just went crazy.
So I headed downtown to learn more about the drug epidemic and how it came to be.
What do you want to know?
We're trying to learn how it is to live out here.
We love it here.
Yeah?
Yeah, lived here most of our lives.
Okay.
All my life, actually.
All your life?
All my life, yeah.
We've heard a lot of drug problems and a lot of poverty out here.
Right here.
Right here?
Right here is where it's happening.
Has it always been
You
that
know
way?
what's crazy is there's a lot of Americans who here has never left the state they live in. Never. Like, you've never crossed state borders. I'm not saying you gotta... I know a lot of people here are young, but change that shit, right? Like, a lot of people grow up living in a state. They never leave that state. I'm not saying you don't have to move states. You can still live in the same state your whole fucking life, right? But a lot of people are like, oh, I love it here. but you've never fucking seen anything else, right? How are you going to know you love it here if you can't compare it to anything? Like, I know people that have never left New Jersey, right? And I'm like, that is insane. Because, like, New Jersey's not even that big. I mean, there's a lot of people, but New Jersey's like a small state. It's not like Texas. Like, if you lived in, like, Texas, you're like, I've never left Texas. I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, like, you live in a fucking state that's the size of some countries.
No, not always. But in the last, since the mid-'80s, probably.
They aren't rich, Joe? You can state border! What do you mean? That has nothing to do with fucking income. Leaving a state is a mental thing. Bro, you could fucking get a bus ride to a different state for $5. You still need money? Bro, if you don't got enough money to cross a state border in your entire life, you're not alive, right? Like, that's not, I'm not saying, I'm not saying, oh, you have to fucking Asia and Europe and fucking Antarctica, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're 45 and you've never left your state, you don't even know what any other state is like. Like, that's not a poor thing. That's just I've never taken the time out of my life to fucking drive over a state line.
Changed. Well, crack was introduced, and then heroin and fentanyl now.
Do you know where it's coming in from? Is it from Baltimore and the DC?
Do people just do fentanyl? Like, I know they do, but I thought fentanyl was something that people put in other drugs. Like, I thought when I started hearing about fentanyl, I remember hearing about fentanyl being in things, and then that was like a means to get you addicted to whatever other substance that fentanyl was in. Not people just straight up doing fentanyl.
DC area?
Really no.
All right. Is it like a weird thing to talk about out here?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not going to give you permission to interview us. You asked about West Virginia, not about our drug issues, and I don't feel real comfortable discussing that.
But what was she hiding? What should I know about Martinsburg?
There is a bunch of drug activity and people struggling from that. There's some homelessness and troubles with that.
Is fentanyl the leading drug out here right now?
Yeah, fentanyl, cocaine, crack.
Somebody said she the plug. No, bro, she probably has somebody in her family that has like a drug issue.
A lot of people now are doing like the Molly bath salt type things.
You said
People getting shot down here and all.
who's shooting who?
Shoot out that down here by Anthony.
You got gang violence out here?
We don't
I
know.
don't know what it is. You know, all a bunch of homeless people here. They've been here for a long time.
I mean, fentanyl's in everything. They put fentanyl in the meth, fentanyl in the heroin, they put fentanyl in the weed.
You're seeing
putting fentanyl in weed? Nah, he's having the same take. Marijuana with fentanyl? I feel like you'd have to know. If I smoked weed one day and I was like, damn, like you'd have, like there's fentanyl carts. Yeah, but I feel like you gotta know that it wasn't just regular weed. I mean, unless you overdose on that time, right? But I'm saying, like, if you have, like, fentanyl with weed in it, like, you're not gonna be like, damn, I just really love weed now. You would fucking die? Well, not always.
marijuana laced with fentanyl out here?
It takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl to kill somebody said. I don't know if I'm gonna... I'm reading that chat. I'm not saying that's a fact. Weed comes from plants. Dude, they can fucking put fentanyl in it.
I've heard of it.
How do you like West Virginia?
Sucks.
Sucks?
I know of people that have bought weed that looked good and they sprinkle, like, not like baby powder, but they'll sprinkle shit on the weed to make it look better. And that's, like, that could be, like, the drugs that are in it.
It's a crap hole. This is a crap hole. Drugs, drug problems, homeless people. I mean, I just moved right down here and all day long, homeless people walking in front of the house. Pretty tough.
Pretty easy to get drugs here. And I've had struggled with that myself personally. So I know kind of both sides of it. The way how it seems to me is the government don't care if you take drugs. They just...
I feel like it's probably easier there, but I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in the Northeast. I feel like it's easy to get drugs anywhere. Maybe not in, like, Idaho. Like, if I just pulled up to Idaho and I was like, who has crack? Like, I doubt people are going to know. But if it was like a YouTuber challenge and you were like, Joe, you have to find crack in 2 hours. I think I could probably find somebody that would sell me crack in 2 hours. Like, you gotta know, right? Like, I feel like you can walk up, You go to a city, right? Like in New Jersey, there's like Camden, right? You go to a corner, and there's a guy, you say, get some fentanyl, get some crack, and he'll fucking tell you if you might have it.
Care where you get them from.
What are people bringing in per month out here?
Not much.
Not much?
No, I get a small check every month.
What are you getting right now?
I get exercise, Social Security, but my rent too high.
What is your rent?
$900 a month.
Yeah, I live in West Virginia.
$900 a month to live in West Virginia.
Yeah, 'cause it's cheap to live, and I drive all the way to Virginia.
I feel like that's expensive. He's just said it's cheap to live.
Work, so 60 miles each way to work to make a decent
That's cheap? I mean, that'd be cheap in, like, the city. In fucking West Virginia, 900's cheap nowadays? Bro, but I'm thinking West Virginia gotta have no one that lives there.
Living too.
Because you're thinking 900 a month times 12 in just rent. You're spending $10,800 a year. And if you make minimum wage, that's a third of your income pre-tax. Maybe even a little bit more.
Be able to provide. Can't wait to get out of here.
Pretty girls out here or no?
Here and there. A lot of them are fat.
A lot of them are fat?
Fat women down here think they're hot.
And you might be wondering, with a town of almost 19,000 people and the streets completely empty on a Saturday, what do the people do for fun down here besides drugs?
Gambling! I can't be looking at slot machines right now. They're going to rope me in. Somebody said try $2,500 a month in Switzerland. Switzerland also has like one of the highest average incomes in the entire world.
Crazy. I was wondering why the city was so empty, and it turns out everyone and their mother is at the casino, and I can't blame them. Riddled with drugs, poverty, and boredom, I made my way out of Martinsburg and further west to Morgantown.
Yeah, there really is nothing to do in fucking West Virginia, bro. Like, a nature-wise either. You just kind of live in the middle of nowhere.
Second poorest.
I mean, there's probably lakes.
Town, according to the internet. I can say without a doubt this is not true. What is the worst thing about Morgantown?
There is no bad thing.
What's the biggest problem here in Morgantown?
Nothing.
Not a single thing?
Not that I know of.
This is a utopia.
Right.
What is the best thing about Morgantown?
Freedom.
Freedom?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do what you want to do. About living. Just do what you want. Do what all you want to do.
What's the craziest thing you've done?
Oh, just living.
It has about every need. It was by far the...
One time I bought the deluxe version of a video game.
Nicest city I
found. That was
pretty
crazy.
Found in West Virginia, which may have something...
Dude's just the happiest man alive. Yo, he's just chilling. He's just chilling.
With this giant university in town.
One thing I would say is there's definitely contrasts of high socioeconomic status folks associated with the university. There are also pockets of poverty, particularly not so much inside Morgan.
Yeah, West Virginia University is very big, which is odd. Like, all of West Virginia isn't poor. It's only certain parts.
But if you go out to some parts of the county, especially the western part of the county, you'll see some poorer areas.
Okay. It seems like most of the really poor areas of West Virginia are so small, they go unnoticed, unmeasured, or surveyed. To prove my point, I headed further southwest to the dying town of Weston to meet up with a local named Twig.
But you don't realize how bad it is in poverty.
Holy fuck, he doesn't have teeth.
I remember having a mouthful of meat. I was in prison. Everyone's like, save your money, put it in the bank. What fucking money?
We're in Weston, West Virginia. Right behind me is the lunatic asylum I spent the night in a year ago. Did you just hear that? Is this supposed to...
Will you guys leave that alone for me?
I didn't touch it. Seeing some pretty torn down buildings here. We got right behind me. We got the tarp.
The city started tearing down most of the...
Watch that. I'm not watching another fucking ghost video, bro. I'd want to hear some shit. I don't want to see somebody go, oh, I think I'm hearing something. Oh, and then the other person says, what is he saying? What is he saying? He told me to invest in Nvidia. He said buy as much as I can.
The older side to get, I guess.
Or some shit. They see a light blinking and they start freaking out. See, watch Sam and Colby. I've seen Sam and Colby before where they had one where the door slammed, and that scared the fuck out of me. Like, that's creepy when shit moves. But when they're just sitting there, bro, and they're, like, listening to some stupid shit, and we can't even hear it.
I guess to make it look better.
Has the city gone downhill?
Walmart killed the town.
Walmart.
Did they ruin a lot of the shops out here?
Yeah.
Walmart came in. They ruined every town they go to.
They suck the local community dry out of their businesses and kill them?
No industry, no factories, no work. Only thing here is gas stations and restaurants.
We had little places everywhere, and then I guess when Walmart started all their stuff, it just, everyone, they couldn't keep up with it.
It's nothing like it used to be.
The city's been dying recently?
Well, it's a lot slower than it was.
Yeah, he's talking about the, like the oil fields.
The issue with those big corporations is that they're going to be able to undercut people so far that the local competitors can't keep up. Because everybody, stop saying Batman, bruh. Oh my god. But if it's like they're selling, say, whatever, there's 10 niche stores and Walmart just fills all those niches and they're selling the products for fucking half as much. Even if you want to support local businesses, it doesn't make financial sense for you to fucking go there instead of Walmart. So people just go to Walmart and then it fucking kills those businesses. Local businesses can exist around big corporations. It's just hard, especially in low income areas. Because people are gonna opt for the cheapest version for themselves. Fiddle and Pressy for the sub. Warzone for the 3. Thank you for getting me through rough times. Thank you for the fucking 3. The Max for the 3. How would you feel about mandatory rehab for people addicted to hard substances like coke, heroin, meth, and fentanyl? I think that would have a positive, but the issue is that rehab only works if people want to go. If you go to rehab and you get clean, the second they let you out, you're just gonna go do crack again. Right? Even if it's like your family, right? Like your family could send somebody you know that's addicted to drugs to rehab. If they're hard-headed and they don't believe they're addicted, they're not going to get better. You have to want to change. You know what I mean? Like if you don't realize, that's why they always say the first step to addiction is realizing, or first step is problem. And that, I know that's like a cliche, but it's true in the sense of like, if you're an alcoholic and you don't think you're a fucking alcoholic, or you don't give a fuck that you're an alcoholic, and they send you to rehab, the second you leave, you're going to go get a fucking drink, right? Regardless of whether or not it's in your system anymore, or you fucking spent 2 months there, because mentally, you're still on that track. Putz for the sub. Charlie for the 5. Used to live in LA, people just rip fentanyl carts. That is nuts. DRV for the sub. Scott for the 3. Mom with her dad and dad with his mom. Lil Vicky for the 3. In order to be a brother and uncle, your mom would have to mess with your grandpa. King for the 3. What encourages you to live? Oh, that is true. What encourages you to live stream and keep doing what you do? Well, I enjoy my job. It is my job. I don't know. It's a multitude of things. I mean, it's just my job, but I also think it's fun. I know I make my chat happy, right? It's a multitude of things. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's just all fun and games. I make money, right? Like at the end of the day, I make money from streaming. Right. But outside of that, I enjoy doing the charity streams, right? I enjoy being able to help people. Even outside of charity streams, just making my chatters happy, you know, if they're having a bad day, or just, you know, you're bored, you don't know what to do. I used to be that kid that would just watch YouTube all the time. I didn't really have much to do. I was kind of bored, right? And having that outlet of entertainment was like pretty useful. So, I mean, it's just enjoyable, you know? King for the 3. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's just the amazement of it all. No, I make money, right? I mean, like, it's a mixture of things, right? If I didn't make money, would I still do streaming? Yeah. Would I stream as much as I do? Probably not. I'd stream like, say I made $0 from streaming, I'd still stream like 2 days a week, but I wouldn't stream like 6, right? But this is my work, right? Like, I do this as a job, but I would still stream. It just wouldn't be nearly as much, you know? Soul for the sub. I'd still do charity streams. I'd still all do that stuff, but it would just be more so on my time than like scheduled. Warzone for the 3. Thank you for getting me. I already read that. Started for the sub. Bipolar. Thank you for the 5 fucking gifteds, brother. Dub in the chat for that. Thank you for the sub. And thank you for the 5 gifteds. Fiddle and Toe for the sub. Dub for the 5. Live in Martinsburg, and there's dead ass nothing. It's just movies, fishing, and drugs. I think that's a lot of rural American towns, though. Like, did you guys ever go still to Walmart for fun? Like, I think I think a lot of cities just go to, like, convenience stores or fuck around in parking lots and shit like that. Like, people just fuck around, right? If you don't have a lot of stuff to do. And it's when you don't have money. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have money, you're not going to go fucking drive an hour and go do something fun. You're just going to do something that's free, you know? The Max for the 3. Answer your question earlier. Yeah, people are parasocial. It's worse because I look so much younger than I am. I'm 19, so it gets really creepy. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. But yeah, no, I know what you mean by the parasocialness. I would say realistically, you know, just stream. If people are weird like that, you could block them, tell them to stop. You know, just be more forward before people do it, I guess.
Work moved close.
That's why I always say, like, I'm not your friend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say it all the time, but like, when somebody sends a parasocial message, I'm like, thank you. However, I don't know you. You know what I mean? I never had to do that initially when I started out, but like over time, when people start to watch you longer and you gain a following, people get more parasocial.
Are toward like Pennsylvania and Ohio, so the people that all had jobs, they all just got laid off, and most of them just never followed it, and they just came back and went on unemployment or tried to draw SSI. That's probably 90% of this town is
SSI?
Yeah.
With a few job opportunities in gas stations, a couple restaurants, and the town's Dollar General, the people here seem to heavily rely upon SSI.
So is SSI for a disability, technically?
Yeah. Around here, it's mainly like, I can't read, I can't write.
Well, that's what they say? Actually?
And they'll give you a little test, and then you got to put like blocks and shit together.
So you fail the test on purpose and you get the check?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the hustle out here.
I mean,
they give you a test where you have to put blocks in holes?
Free money, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is interesting. How many black people do you think live in the town?
Probably like 4.
What's the most fun thing to do here in Weston?
I don't know. I don't really do too much myself.
Right now I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty. Or I'm Grand Theft Auto.
Are you ready for GTA 6?
I think video games is a big outlet of entertainment for most people. Especially if you just live in the middle of fucking nowhere, because that's something that everybody would do. Me for real? Dude, Modern Warfare 2 is fucking trash. Dude, I haven't played it. I know it's probably better than previous CODs, but like, dude, fuck. The remastered CODs are so... Like, yo, make a new COD, man. Make a new fucking COD. Can we stop remaking old CODs? I know it's like, oh, they added some new maps and new guns. They fucking changed a little bit. Bro, make an entirely new game. I'm not saying I want to go back to Advanced Warfare, but make another BO3. Make, like BO3 was a unique game. That was fun and different. There was different mechanics. It was still the same It was still Call of Duty, though. Milk and Plain for the sub.
Access I am.
What's killer frequency when we're done reacts? Probably like fucking 2.5 hours.
Hell yeah. Are you guys from here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys up to?
Just walking around.
All right. Guys, you gotta get hit by a car.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do today? Do you work?
Not right now.
Are there job opportunities here in Weston?
Yeah.
What is the best part about Weston? The lunatic asylum?
Yeah.
I spent the night here once.
I want to.
It's scary, man. Nah. What is the most fun thing to do out here?
Probably walk around and stuff. Yeah.
Where are you from, man?
Walk around.
DC?
Yep.
How'd you end up here?
Walked.
Walked?
Yep.
Okay, how do you like it out here?
Good, we got support.
What's up?
NCIS.
Oh, see, you're in the show?
Not yet.
Like the show?
Yep.
You go hunting?
Yeah.
Do you wear this when you go hunt?
Yeah.
What's your favorite gun?
Any?
What do you like to hunt?
Deer.
So you got the odd raw right here. You're big into Egyptian mythology?
A little bit. I study the paganism.
Are you a pagan worshiper?
What is with this fucking Among Us sounds in the back, bro? Like, what is it? Tyler's editors just gotta be thrown. I'm into paganism.
A job out here?
Oh, because it's pegging. Bro, he said paganism.
Kind of. What do you do?
NCIS.
Is the dating market out here pretty good?
Not really.
No. Where do you guys find a girl out here?
Good luck. I don't even try anymore.
You see a lot of incest out here? Be honest with me.
It's just like the town's known for it, you know.
Yeah?
I mean,
what are we talking here? You got any cute cousins?
that or I've even heard mother and son.
Mother and son?
Mm-hmm.
If your mom was younger, would you ever,
Nah, I just never was much into it, you know.
Okay. Can I ask a question about Weston? You from around here? You from around Weston?
Yeah.
Okay. You like it out here? Fair enough. Hey, don't even sweat it. Are you alright? Are you from here?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Was he like nervous or was that like a medical condition?
How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Now?
Yeah.
Hell, 1.
1?
Mid.
Mid?
Somebody stole my bike before, so I don't like that part.
Bruh. Who stole your bike?
Some druggies on the back road.
What happened?
It just fell apart.
How so?
Jobs, you name it, everything. There's no opportunity here.
A heart attack or something?
No, I got breathing.
Okay. Are you?
Yeah, I'm a...
You got black lung?
No.
Okay.
COPD.
Okay, I thought you were having a heart attack or something. I don't know.
You gotta have a heart before you have a heart attack.
When'd you lose your heart?
100 years ago.
Damn. What's your least favorite part about Weston?
I thought he was nervous initially. The way he was breathing, I thought he was like anxious, like he's never been on camera before. That's sad though. Young and Maya for the sub.
There's not that much to do.
Probably the people that like walk down the street screaming at each other 11:30 at night.
And after seeing the sign saying rooms for rent, I was curious how much it costs to live out here. Hey there. We're wondering how much rent is above. Do you guys know?
One room is usually $450.
$450?
Here, you share a bath.
A bath?
It's
what the fuck? I'm not living in West Virginia. $450 and you share a bathroom? I'm not saying $450's bad, but for West Virginia, you gotta share a fucking bathroom?
Except down on the street.
What are the biggest problems out here in Weston right now?
Dope heads.
Dope heads?
No, drugs.
Drugs, dope.
You think so? What are they using out here? Meth?
Is this like a store? What are they? It's just a fucking old people sitting in a room. What are they doing? Like, is this the friend group just chilling?
No. Everything. You can't keep them out this building.
What does his hat say?
You throw them out, they come right back.
Put them back to the border.
Oh, you think a lot of them are coming in from the border?
I don't know.
And Biden, first day he was in office, he should have been impeached.
Who should win presidency this year?
Trump, because he's good to American people and he does what he says he's going to do.
And he had it going the right way.
Do you think the youth are leaving?
I just never understand when really poor Americans like Trump's like financial ideas, right? Because he's not support, like, he's a fucking billionaire, right? Support, he's not gonna help, he's not gonna make you more money in the sense of, don't get political. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you support Trump. Who gives a fuck? I know people that support Trump. I don't hate them, but what I'm going to say is, I mean, I didn't vote for Trump. I've already fucking said that, right? I voted for Biden last election. I'll let you guys know who the fuck I vote for this election when that fucking comes around. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, my opinion's right, blah, 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 all this other shit. But I just never understand when a rich guy that's conservative comes into office and a lot of his program is much less, which wouldn't help them. Like, they're not rich. I mean, I don't know if they're rich, but seeing that they're sitting in, like, a rundown apartment on a fucking folding chair, I don't think that they're loaded. You know what I mean? Like, how is that helping you?
Got a lot of youth here, but they're all, half of them are on dope.
His ideologies don't match what they need? I think they match his ideologies in the social sense. But in the financial sense, it's like, you vote him in, you make here, you're not going to make more. If anything, you might get taxed more.
To get off of it and get a job. We need someone to come in here, straighten them out.
Trump his ass and Biden's ass? That's a fact. See, now that's a fact. Let's just not have fucking boomers in office. There should be a wrinkle test. You count them. If you look like a raisin.
Are drugs a big issue out here?
It's mainly meth. Walking around at zombies. That's mainly later towards the night. But they'll be screaming. They're like, come and arrest me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, just
Kanye for president? That would be a death sentence for this country. That would not be good. I'm going to say that right now. If Kanye West was leading this country, I don't think that would be good.
Well, Crack Alley is where the local drug addicts hang out. Where are these people buying their drugs? Where are we headed right now, Twig?
We're headed to Broad Street, which is another street where people will refer you to go if you're looking for drugs and stuff. I'm gonna stay off this street because I don't want to get robbed. But
upon pulling in, we immediately saw a mobile methadone clinic. See if we can talk to them briefly. Hey there. Hey. How you doing? We're wondering what.
I always wonder how he finds like an individual. He always has somebody that kind of works as his guide. I wonder how that happens.
So what it is we treat mental health and addiction. We are put here in the more rural communities because a lot of people can't get out. And it doesn't just have to be addiction. It can just be straight mental health also.
How many people do you guys treat, I don't know, per month, per day?
Per day here we see about 30 to 40 people.
30 to 40 people? Mm-hmm. When they come knocking, what do they typically need?
All they need is insurance.
For Suboxone? Yeah. What is the biggest substance that's being abused out here?
Probably fentanyl.
Fentanyl?
Yeah, fentanyl and meth.
There you have it. That's pretty cool. But where were these people getting fentanyl in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia? Yo, any way we talk to you? For reals?
In the middle of fentanyl, where are they getting fentanyl in the middle of West Virginia? Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these houses just has a fucking meth lab in it. Like, if I was gonna cook meth, I'd probably go to a state like this, just in the middle of nowhere, right? Like some shit like that. Like if I had to be like Walter White, I'd move to the middle of nowhere. Not so far in the middle of nowhere where it's like only house, so it kind of makes you the obvious target, but like the basement of this house, you could fucking cook meth in.
Oh, for reals? Oh, we just want to say what's up. Why are you mad at me? All right. We'll just be driving through, man. Sorry for the trouble. What's up?
Cold.
It's cold? Hell yeah, it is.
When I door dashed for a little while, and I remember door dashing up here to one of these houses, and I had to go around.
All right, I'm gonna say this right now. I genuinely believe that if Tyler was black, he would be dead making one of these videos. I don't know the stand your ground laws, but this motherfucker in every video will just walk up to somebody's house and there would be some racist person that would just fucking kill him. Somebody put question marks. I'm allowed to say what I'm thinking. I'm saying, like, I'm being real. Like, that guy, like, I don't know what the stand your ground laws are in West Virginia, but, like, there would be a moment where he'd walk up with a camera and they'd fucking shoot him. Like,
back because the lady that lived there was...
That's why a lot of the fucking interview guys that are really, you know, going around and seeing shit are, it's like Tyler, right? Because you can't, it's not safe if you're someone of color.
So, like, no disrespect towards anybody's size or anything, but she was so big that she couldn't leave her house, and she was in there. Like, right there, actually.
You live out here? We're just trying to figure out how it is out here.
Yeah, it's a quiet little town, not much drugs. Normal crackheads running around, but like I said, you have that everywhere. As long as they don't bother my daughters, I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Get to come and shoot them.
Right on. Hey, likewise. Thank you, brother. We heard there's some dope fiends out here.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people nodding off in New Jersey. I don't know what drugs they're on, but they'll stand, like, it'll be like this. Like, I swear to God, like 4 people a day. Like, wherever, if I'm on a long drive, not like a short drive, but if I'm on a long drive, it's fentanyl. I mean, it might be. I was just saying for some sort of pills. Just because they're like, they're sitting there, they're either like that or like dead ass just standing there.
How long you been out here?
40 years or so.
How has Weston changed in 40 years?
Well, downtown has really changed. There's not many businesses on the street anymore. I blame that on capitalism.
Do you think Appalachia's been left behind?
Pretty much so, yeah.
Yeah? What is your favorite ethnicity of woman? If a cute 30-something-year-old Filipino Asian girl was right here, would you ask her out on a date?
I'd have to know her a little bit before I ask anybody out on a date.
What if she had massive honkers?
I like the small girls, little girls. You know, not young girls, but little girls.
You gotta go.
Like petite Asian girl?
Yeah.
Anything fun to do here?
Not much, really.
Okay. How long you been here?
Whole life, unfortunately.
Weston, I heard it's gone downhill.
Well, I think it has. I think every place pretty much has.
What happened to America?
We got too many Bidens in here. Hopefully we can get...
No! America's gone to shit because the wealth share is drastically farther apart than when you were younger. This guy looks 60, right? If you look at a graph of the entire wealth of the United States spread amongst, you know, 0% to 100%, or 100% being like, you know, the highest 1% of Americans, 0% being the lowest class, right? Like fucking below the poverty line. It is staggering, right? I'm gonna pull up a video from fucking wealth income inequality. It's an old video, so it's probably even worse than it is today, right? If you poll Americans, this is from fucking 11 years ago, 25 million views. This is a fucking real thing that they did. If you poll Americans, right, on what they think wealth distribution in America looks like, they will answer this. This is what they'd say the ideal is, right? Top 20% having, you know, much more than the bottom 20, but still not that much.
Top 20.
It is so much worse than that. And if you put it out on the grid like this, this is the ideal, right? This is what people say makes sense, right? If you're top 1% of Americans, you have fucking 20 times as much as the poor, right?
10 people distribution.
This is what they think it is.
Poorest.
This motherfucker don't even get a stack. The last 5 don't even have one little schmeckle. They don't have a little shekel to their name.
The poorest.
No 1% even on the list, bro. This is Jeff Bezos right there. Well, that's him. That's why America's gone to shit fucking economy-wise, bro. You could say Biden's makes fucking wrong decisions, and he has in office, right? I'm not saying Biden's the best president, because he's not. But when people say America's gone to shit and everybody's poor because of fucking Biden, he's been in office for 4 years. 4 years. It's been getting worse over the last fucking 100. And people want to tax that guy less. I understand, right? I pay a lot in taxes, and I don't like that. But, end of the day, I pay more in taxes because if you tax somebody who makes minimum wage, the fucking percentage that I get taxed, they'll be homeless!
Back on track.
What's the biggest problem in Appalachia?
Well, I would say probably...
Why are you so angry? I'm not angry. I just like ranting about that shit. I'm not actually mad. I just, you know, got a little energetic there. Somebody said L. Joe. Brother. You're just spamming L. Joe here, man. Why is it an L. Joe? Why are you just going to say L. Joe because you don't like that? You know, Joe, you're such an L. Yo, go. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to say why I'm wrong about what I just said. Otherwise, I will ban you, right? I don't give a fuck if you disagree with me. You are very welcome to disagree with me politically, religiously, philosophically. That is fine. But if you're going to spam L. Joe in my chat, say why, right? Not just L. Joe. And then when I fucking ask why, you have no rebuttal to what the fuck I said. I spent 300 bits. We not reading bits. This motherfucker's spamming L. Joe because I didn't read his bits. Goat, I'm sorry I didn't read your bits, brother. I've been fucking ranting. Goat for the 300 bitties. Chill out, goddammit. That's why you said L. Jack for the 3. Love your videos and streams. You help me a lot with mental health. I think you're an amazing person and streamer. OMG for the 3. Sibling/parent, son, and nephew. Why are we still talking about the fucking incest shit? OMG for the 3. My bits won't send. I think it's because of the topic. I've been trying to explain the uncle thing. I'm off of it. Drink for the sub. Watch for the 3. Today I was walking, saw 2 cars slam into each other. I saw the ambulance rush over. Prayers to them. I hope they're all right. Maya and Young for the sub. Now, I don't know what the solution to that is, right? Fixing the income inequality in America. It's a problem, right? And it's going to keep getting worse, right? Because if you're rich and you have a lot of money, your money makes money, right? Money makes money. If you don't have money, you're going to always be fucking poor, right? But if you make money, you have a lot of money, that money makes more money, right? Any investment you make just is going to end up compounding and making you more money the majority of the time, unless you're so financially irresponsible that you're so fucking stupid, right? Somebody said the solution's communism. I don't think the solution's communism. I think you could say the solution is some form of democratic, socialist, you know, integration to our democracy in the sense of, you know, having more of a wealth spread and having, like, kind of required payments for people and fixing inflation and all that. That's something that's going to need to be done. But if we just leave it how it is, Republican president or Democratic president, it's going to get worse. And it has over the fucking past 60 years, right? Before we were even born, it's been a problem. Dirt and TS Fishy for the sub, Don Quixote and Smo for the sub, Toasty for the sub, the Max for the 3. Do you check your email regularly? Like, is it a way to reach to you? I won't respond to you if that's what you're asking. But, I mean, I may or may not see it. I don't know.
The lack of jobs.
After visiting perhaps the most town I've ever been to, I headed further southwest towards the Whitaker's house, but first I went to Summersville to meet up with a 4th-generation coal miner, a remnant of an industry that once fueled the state and the country's economy.
Why doesn't everybody put their money into the stock market? Because even if you put your money, if you put $100, look, say you get an average return rate of 10% per year, right? Like a good year in the stock market, like an averagely good year is like 8 to 10%, right? I mean, depending on what type of aggressive strategy you have. But if you go to a fucking financial manager and they fucking ask you about what investments you have, so you make 10% a year on your stocks. If you have this is not financial advice. If you have $1,000 and you put that into the stock market and you make 10% per year, right? The first year you're gonna make $100. The second year you're gonna make $110. But if you have $100,000 instead of $1,000, you're gonna make 10 grand. Then you're gonna make fucking 11 grand. Then you're going to make more and more and more. And over fucking 20 years, you're going to compound your money much quicker than somebody else because you're getting a higher, while you're getting the same percentage increase and the same percentage value that somebody else is, they're going to be making way more than you. And when you have more money, you have the option of having people that will do the fucking investments for you, right? And they will do that shit for you. The less money you have, the less opportunity, the less connections, the less capability of you being able to invest your money, compound on it that you have. A lot of poorer people just put their money in the bank and let it sit, and then it devalues based on inflation, all this other shit. Boom, done. Let's move on. Not financial advice. Got to say that one more time.
My grandfathers, all the way back to my great-great-grandfather, was a coal miner. They came over here from Germany back in the early 1900s. They came here to mine coal. The government was pushing for, I guess, because World War I, and they was getting more coal to make the steel, so they started bringing in immigrants, you know, to start these mines. And that was back in the time when they had coal camps, what they called coal camps. So you worked in the coal camp, you lived in the company house, and you worked for company scrip. Actively worked underground for right around 10 years. It's not a job for everyone, but in this area, there's no other jobs that pays as good as it does.
Can you tell me a little bit about black lung and silicosis?
Coal dust, the fine particles, coal dust, it attaches to your lungs and creates kind of like what cigarette smoke does in a sense. There's been a lot of people suffer from black lung. Silicosis is from the rock.
How big is the space you're mining in?
The height would typically range about 40 to 48 inches.
So you're in a bit of a sort of bent crouch?
Yeah, that's where...
Coal mining seems so fucking... I don't know. I don't want to say in the past, but it's crazy that that's still like a big business.
A lot of the coal miners led into the use of opioids, because in the early 2000s, you could walk in the emergency room and say, hey, my back's hurting, and they'd write you a script of Percocet or hydrocodones at 20 years old. At 20 years old, I could walk into the ER room and tell them my back hurt and come out with a script of 30 Percocets.
Well, now people just do that with weed.
Spirals out of
I mean, I would say weed still has its downsides, but comparable to fucking taking pills.
Control from there.
You think you can show us a coal mine in action right now?
Yeah, we can take you to show you one. You think back in the 30s and the 40s and 50s, silicosis and black lung was so prevalent that, people was dying left and right. I mean, nowadays you hear one every so often. They call it COPD now, or they've got some other.
I feel like we should have new technology so nobody has to have this job. Then you get into the issue of automation, removing people's jobs. If we automize, there's a million jobs that you could automize. The entire fast food industry you could probably automize. If you automize the entire fast food industry, millions of people are out of a job, right? While it makes more money. I think within the next 50 years, we're going to see legislation that makes it so you're only allowed to have a certain percentage of automation within a company. Because realistically, 20 years down the line, you could probably fucking automize the majority of businesses, like Amazon warehouses and shit. You're not going to need workers.
Term for it, that it's not necessarily black lung.
Coal mining, I would say, is different, right? Because coal mining also has health hazards for the people that are coal miners. But then I would say if you ask the average coal miner, would you like this to be automized? They might say no, because then what the fuck are they going to do for work?
At that time, there was no regulation on it, so they would just keep bringing them in,
If you automized it and then gave them an alternative job within that field that wouldn't hurt their health, that'd be a solution.
And it would be, they may be 5 a day and they bring 10 in, 10 more tomorrow.
Wow.
And we had made it to the mines.
Yep, so they're mining coal right now. It's coming out here on the stacker belt. That's where they're stacking it at.
What are the health risks associated with the work they're doing right now, today, in 2024?
Still got dust. Still got the black lung issue. You slip, trips, and falls. You got you could get trapped. There's many dangers underground. Explosions.
After seeing the symbol of what once kept this state alive, I headed southwest to Odd, West Virginia. We are in the now. You might be wondering why I've driven all across West Virginia to meet these people. A couple of years ago, I saw this video on YouTube titled Inbred Family.
Was this the video that we watched? I feel like it probably was.
The Whitakers, where this guy, Mark Laida, records his interaction with a family suffering a long history of inbreeding.
Do you remember anything about your life? Hey. And you lost your other brother.
Intrigued, I reached out to Mark Laida to see if he could introduce me to them, and he responded with this. Hi Tyler, Soft White Underbelly has been with the Whit family for all content creation. We are also
Oh, do they make money? Is that how they make money? Oh, that might actually be good for the family. I mean, it's bad in the sense that they're kind of portraying them as like an incest, weird family, but in the sense that they have a contract so they get paid.
Currently in talks about a television series with a broadcast network. Thank you so much for thinking of us. Noel, Soft White Underbelly. 9 days later, he uploaded this to his YouTube channel.
This is not I'm not trying to create a TV show where we're doing follow-ups on people, because I could easily do that. I try to resist doing that. Because people, like, I see the comments sometimes, oh, you're just exploiting these people.
Now, assuming this contract even exists, it immediately raises a red flag when you consider that Mark has made 13 videos with the Whitakers, with a combined total of 89.13 million views.
And are they paying them, and what are they paying them? Because you got to think, if you're if you are interviewing this family that really knows nothing about social media, they don't know the value of their content. It was the same thing when I got on content. Any influencer, early influencer, they have no idea how much they need to be paid for advertisements or their use of their content or something like that. Like when I started out on TikTok, I was getting paid like $100 for an ad that would make the guy that paid me fucking $5 grand. Like, it was not a fair It was not a fair trade, you know? Like, I was getting paid nothing for the first because I thought I was fucking 18. I was like $100. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking lot of money, you know? And so you sit there and you have no idea what you should be paid. They might be paying them good. I don't know. But, I mean, that's really up to them on whether or not they're actually paying what they need to be.
In every one of these videos, Mark currently has a GoFundMe link with the mission to help the Whitaker family purchase a new home, with $55,692 raised thus far, in addition to a previous 2022 GoFundMe that generated $12,000 for a new house. And for those preferring other ways to donate, you can also PayPal or Cash App Mark Laida directly. With $77K and however much else was sent to Mark directly, there's another GoFundMe to help the over 7,000 people who have been interviewed for the Soft White Underbelly channel, with $48,000 total raised on.
See, that's so, like, that's why I don't want to say that's the only reason I don't do GoFundMes, but whenever people ask me to do GoFundMes, it's like, you could do some sketch shit. Like, I'm hoping that money's going, you know what I mean? I bet it is, in a sense. I don't think you would get away with, you know, making 48 grand, but at the end of the day, if you're making like 10 GoFundMes, nobody's really tracking where that money's going.
On it right now. Who gets any of this money and how is it divided, we'll never know. With a minimum of $77K raised directly for the house, in addition to however much was sent to Mark directly via Cash App and PayPal, and however much money generated from, let's say, just the first video he made with the Whitakers, an extremely conservative estimate of $82,000, assuming a $2 RPM, we have a minimum of $159,000 in the home fund here. And there just so happens to be a house for sale right now in Odd, West Virginia, where they live, currently listed for
That house is $139,000.
House for sale right.
I mean, it doesn't look that old. I was gonna say, dude, house prices though, dude, even West Virginia, you probably got a lot of property. I feel like that ain't worth it though. That looks run down out the fucking ass.
Right now in Odd West.
Like, just that, not this part right here. I don't know. I think it's just like that piece right there just looks old.
West Virginia, where they live, currently listed for $139,000. So why don't they have a new house?
That'd be $700K in Ireland. Yeah, 700 shekels in Ireland.
Reached out to the only other person I could find who had made contact with the Whitakers, Paige, a sweet special ed teacher from Alabama.
700,000 euros, Joe. Oh, shekels.
Who checks up on Betty, the matriarch
the balloons
of the family, almost every day over the phone. And after talking to Paige, she was ecstatic to get me a grocery list of all the things the Whitakers needed.
$4 million in Toronto? Well, no shit. That's a fucking big city. If that was in New York, if you had that fucking property in New York City, that house would be fucking $10 million more.
Allowed me to drop them off on her behalf and to do a wellness check on them in the winter. After getting everything on the list, we began our drive to surprise the Whitakers on Paige's behalf.
Shout out Paige, you are a sweet woman. We're gonna drive up there, hand them the groceries, and see if they want to chat more. Let's head off. Coming up on each other, man. That is some love. Yeah. Sorry. Paige, this is Tyler Oliveira. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're about to head on over to the Whitakers.
Give them a call and tell them you're coming. Does that sound good?
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Adult Superstore. The fuck would they be selling there?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep.
This is so awesome. Yes.
No, you're awesome. You're like Mother Teresa. We love it. From my understanding, none of them drive, so they're definitely kind of just stuck there. We are as rural as it gets. We should be about a minute away. How you doing? We're friends. We got a grocery list for y'all. Good to meet you. Betty? All right, Betty. Timmy? How you doing, Timmy?
Hi. Do you think he has a chest camera on, or he's holding a camera? Like, do you think they know they're being filmed?
Okay.
I feel like he probably got a GoPro strapped to his chest. Are they the inbred family? Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, wow. Hi. Hi. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Mm-hmm.
Little boy.
Hi, little boy.
Where you at, little boy?
Go to the picture.
Yeah.
Little boy.
How old is little boy?
I don't know how old he is.
He's the newest addition to the family.
Yeah.
He's a cute little boy. What do we got?
What do you think that's right?
Trying to say, Betty.
Tell me Laurie's gone with the truck.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Got that Dr. Pepper? Yeah. How you doing, doggo?
You got him?
Well, I wanted to make sure you guys were well stocked. She wanted to say hi.
Yo, somebody told me that they were discontinuing Dr. Pepper. That's not true, right? That, like, honestly, I think it was one of my mods fucking told me that. I got worried. I was like, what do you mean they're discontinuing? I was like, there's no way that it's not doing well. I was like, Dr. Pepper's one of the best sodas. Yeah, I think it's a lie. I remember Googling it, and there was like an article, but I think it was fake. It was false. Okay, so it's fake. It was a fake article. Chat, relax. Dr. Pepper's not going away. Everybody settle down! We still have Dr. P. It's not a problem. They're not getting rid of it.
Bobby?
No.
Okay. Hey, crack one open. Open?
Didn't he just drink one?
Your knee hurts? What's wrong? Your knee hurts? Oh, you want to open? All right.
Yeah.
What's wrong? The light? Betty, how you doing? Paige is going to see
the... Thank you.
Does he understand? He doesn't speak other out of like what he like the not the grunts, but the verbal noises he makes. Does he understand English? He has to, because they said something to him and he understood it.
Paige wanted to make sure you guys are doing good in the winter.
He's just nonverbal? Okay. Well, he's not nonverbal. He's nonverbal. I thought nonverbal meant they don't even make noises. Like, whenever I've seen... I mean, I've seen a bunch of fucking videos on TikTok of people talking about how their life is with a nonverbal son or daughter or something. And I thought they just don't speak. That's mute? Okay. So nonverbal just means no language, but mute means no noise.
Staying warm and staying healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. And think
but they understand, but both understand language.
Some of the viewers from Mark's videos as well were making sure you're healthy.
I wonder what their thoughts are like. I feel like mute. Oh my gosh. Are they gonna Google this? I want to know. Do mute people still think in... It doesn't say. What language do mute people think in? No specific language. I would assume that if you're understanding a verbal language, you still might be thinking in that verbal language, but not communicating in that verbal language. It just says an inner voice is not required to understand a language. That is not mute. Well, it says deaf mute. If somebody is deaf and mute, what are they thinking? Possibly sign language. Do nonverbal people have inner dialogue? Do they type? Chat, I know I sound like a fucking idiot right now. I don't know a lot about this. I'm not trying to be a fucking jerk off. I'm genuinely trying to understand this. If you are nonverbal, will you still type? Will they type? So they type, but they don't talk. Same thing with mute. But mute would be no noise, whereas nonverbal would be no spoken language. Somebody said, I'm an autistic person. My own internal monologue tends to be consist of conversations, usually where I'm explaining something I'm thinking of. Lots of no-word imagery. Sometimes things overlap. I don't know. If somebody knows about this, please explain. Now you got me thinking about if you're mute, deaf, and blind, that's literally like verbally dead because you can't see sign language, so you need Braille, but it would be harder to understand Braille because you can't hear or see anyone. Well, I mean, that goes into, like, Helen Keller was deaf and blind. Zephin for the sub, Zush for the 3, but she spoke. Please check the video suggestion tab when you're done. It's a philosophical suggestion. Not going to be watching it today, but I might check it in the future. Rex Arena for the 5. I did coal mining in my nose. Quaz for the sub, OMG for the 3. Sent that when the topic was still relevant. I made an edit of you to the Skull and Bones theme song. I'm pretty proud. Really? On what? I Drake for the 3. You're awesome. I love the streams. Klaus TS and Dirt for the sub. Don Quixote and Smo for the sub. All right. I'm mute. I can't talk, but I can type, and I think in verbal thought out. I think in verbal thought out words, you know, like I think in English. What is... Oh, wait, I already read that. My ADHD calls me to feel like an introvert. When I take my ADHD meds, I'm an extrovert. Well, I don't know about that. I've never been on ADHD meds. So you just think in images? Okay, I'm going to move on, because I'm just... I think I slightly understand it.
Healthy too.
I'm healthy.
Somebody said his ass is lying. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to assume that they're lying, but I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to take... Whatever a chatter says, I'm not going to take as fact, but I will still read what they say. I'm not going to say you're a liar, right? Because that'd be dickheadish for me to just be like, oh, no, you're lying.
The doctor wants a while.
Okay. Does Larry take you to the doctor?
Yeah.
That's good. How are they doing? How's
They're
everyone
doing
doing?
okay. Timmy goes to the doctor, Lauren goes to the doctor.
We can't get ready to go?
No, Ray won't go.
Ray, why aren't you going to the doctor? Does your knee hurt? It hurts? You like the cookie, though? Cold? What else? How's the house coming along?
What house? I don't know what house.
What did Mark say about the house? Paige wants to get an update.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think he's...
Mark, we ain't got no more money in there. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, what's all that?
From my understanding, there's like, I don't know, $50,000 or $60,000 in there. Has Mark given you guys an update?
No.
I would say, how much money has Mark ever given you?
Okay. When's the last time you guys have talked to Mark?
I talked to Mark the other day.
The other day? Okay. Timmy, you want to say hi to Paige? So it's a pleasure to meet you, Betty. Meet you again.
Bye.
Stay warm, all right? Ray's happy. He's got the cookie and the Dr. Pepper.
Bye, Timmy.
You want to say bye to Paige? You want to say bye to Paige?
Huh?
You want to say goodbye to Paige?
Say hi, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
Hello.
And Paige got all this for you guys.
What?
She got you those coloring books.
Hi, guys.
Paige texted me. She said, hey, Tyler, you guys had already left when I got in touch with Betty. I called a couple of times and she didn't answer. She was so excited. That is awesome. I feel good. They were super sweet. They're groceried up. It is
Yeah, they seem like nice people. I think it's just when people just show up on their deck, then you're not going to be like, I want to talk. You know
they
what
were
I
in
mean?
the middle of nowhere. And Mark, where is the house? Paige?
Oh, hey, Tyler. I mean, Mark has always been nice to me, so I hate to be the bash person, but I just want someone, like, hopefully somehow or something, like, funds could be raised for them to, like, because there's money that has been raised. That I mean, we all see it.
Yep.
So, like, there should be, like, goodness, to get them a house.
Thanks.
Fucking somebody should be like, Mark, how do you where's the fucking money, you know? Like, whenever I've done anything donation-wise, I've shown that I've done it. But when I donated the fucking 20K from the Mr. Beast thing, or the 10K from that, or even just like the Tiltify donations that I do that are like $300-400, you show them. You don't, if you're on social media, you don't say you donated and then not show that you donated. You know what I mean? Because then my ass could just go, hey guys, just donated $15 million to fucking Make-A-Wish. Like, what the fuck? Then it's just saying, oh, hey guys, again, you know, tomorrow decided that wasn't enough. Just dropped the fucking $1 billion on this fucking place. Like, you could just say, you gotta fucking show the dono, not the dono ID, but the dono fucking, you know, showing it. I mean, it is GoFundMe, but I'd still be like, yeah, they have the new house, you know. I watched the video, Marcus sent them over 100K. Okay, that's fine, right? Then that's good. If you're saying he's actually sent the money, that's great. But I just worry in GoFundMe's in general. Okay. Next video. OMG for the 3. Use a mixture of Adobe, After Effects, and CapCut. It's just a TikTok style edit. 7 for the sub, Zosh for the 3. John, I gotta pee real quick, and then we're gonna fucking lock in for the next video here.